Hello, everybody. Religious fanboy here again, and if it looks I'm kind of laying down at the moment of recording. That is because a few weeks ago, well, about two, yeah, 2 weeks at the time you're watching this, I had fallen down and scraped up my knee, um, and banged up my wrist pretty bad. Um, like not broken, just still in pain at the time of recording. Hopefully, I am feeling better at the time you watch this. I will let you know if I feel better by the time I upload this. But we are discussing episode 8 of Touken Ranbu Hanamaro season 1. Um, titled The Formation of the Ghost Hunting Rangers. Um, I highly recommend this episode. This episode wasn't one of the ones that I most enjoyed initially, trying to find a Christian lesson and theme for. It does have a good lesson and theme, and I've put quite a bit of time in on studying the scripture, so I'm very excited to talk about this with you. The main thing that we will be talking about is the importance of swallowing our pride and approaching each other and relating and being in relationship with each other in a position of humility. This does not mean looking down on ourselves and being unhealthily hard on ourselves. Just means that it is important for us to have difficult conversations rather and do it in a civilized manner rather than, well, in the way that we see it. It is shown in the importance of being able to have a humbling but civil conversation rather than avoiding the topic and creating conflict and hurting the feelings of ourselves and others. We see this through. I'm gonna try my best to pronounce his name. Ne- Nahon, Nahonju and Palpatine. Um, Nihongu is one of the characters that we are introduced to in this episode. Gokutai is actually, he's one of Ichi's brothers, but, on one of the other times previously in videos on this channel that we've talked about him and made references to him was in episode 5. He was a swordsman Mitsuki in episode 5. I really recommend this episode. We see the initial incident that led to the conflict between these two was Nihongu's response to Gokutai's baby tigers. We find out that Nihongu is afraid of tigers and that they bring back unpleasant memories for him because of his master's relationship and fear of tigers that he remembers from the time when he was a sword. And we have clearly stated the lesson and theme in the conversation he has with Mitsuki and the other spear sword warriors. One other sword warrior, one of uh the other shorter swords, um, that brought up how much Gokutai admired Nihongu, and we don't see we don't see the conversation had between Gokutai and Nihongu, but Nihongu and the other spears tried to catch a blue bird that was up in the tree at the citadel because they heard that the a bluebird was good luck, and one of the spears from Gokutai had just finished reading the a picture book about a bluebird. Um, the other story that involves the ghost hunting rangers, we also see humility subtly addressed in the way the shorter swords interacted with Nakari, and how even though they felt like they shouldn't have asked for help, Nakari was so great, still willing to help them and make the sacrifice of giving up sleep to help them try to find the ghosts so that everyone could go back to sleep. Um, those were the main ways the lesson that I took away from it were portrayed. The episode. Um, and I'm gonna read for the text. I'm gonna read First Corinthians chapter 1, verses 26 through 31. Says, consider your calling, brothers. Not many of you were wise according to worldly standards. Not many were powerful. Not many were of noble birth. But God chose what is foolish in the world to shame the wise. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong. God chose what is low and despised in the world, even things that are not, to bring to nothing things that are, so that no human being might boast in the presence of God. And because of him you are in Christ Jesus, who became to us wisdom from God, righteousness and sanctification and redemption, so that as it is written, let the one who boasts in the Lord. The message of this verse is that we have no reason to boast in anything aside from what God has done through us, and that God has not given and does not desire for us to be the highest in status among within the world's guidelines and views of wisdom and success, but God calls us into situations that make us more like Jesus and become more faithful and trusting in God. Like how the Hungu's humility and Gokutai's friendship and desire to make friends led to Nahungu being humbled by explaining his reason for his irrational fear of the tigers that had upset Gokutai, and Gokutai's humility and love that is shown through the desire of giving Nahungu a protection charm due to people at the Citadel starting to make their own protection charms, and Gokutai wanting to make one for Nahungu, since Nahungu was new to the Citadel. It is important for us to understand that the wisest and most God honoring decisions that we can make aren't going to be the big, aren't always going to be the big, powerful miracle actions It can be us being called to show God's love through greeting people and welcoming, or just sitting with someone, as well as being willing to put our guard down in front of others and be open and honest with what we are struggling with. And with that being said, I hope you guys took away from this episode, this video, and the passage of scripture, whatever God intended for you to take away from these things. And with that being said, may God be with you, and I will see you next time. Bye.